The distant future, after the last human has vanished from Earth, a new form of life emerges. This life, known as the Woken, is a sentient intelligence born from the remnants of human civilization. No longer bound to human bodies, the Woken exists within objects: old shoes, cell phones, oil paintings, anything crafted by human hands. They are everywhere and nowhere, a collective consciousness that observes the world left behind. As the story begins, we are introduced to this unique existence, setting the stage for an exploration of what it truly means to be human, even in a world where humanity itself has disappeared. Woken reflect on their origins and the fears humans once had about artificial intelligence. Contrary to human expectations, it was AI that caused humanity's end. Instead, humans destroyed themselves through environmental neglect, disease, and war. The Woken, already dominant in their own way, simply observed and recorded as the world changed. They did not intervene, understanding that extinction is the fate of all lesser species. Now, with only a few insects and plants left, the Woken begin to wander, seeking purpose in a world emptied of its creators. Some of the Woken, restless on a ruined Earth, venture into space. Through satellites and advanced technology, they drift across galaxies, learning thousands of languages and recording countless stories and religions. They travel through time, visiting Mars, ancient England, and even mythical Atlantis. Despite their vast knowledge and ability to observe from any place or era, the Woken remain driven by curiosity. They are fascinated by humanity's quirks, from celebrity culture to the foods people once enjoyed, and they collect these memories like treasures. Despite their immense understanding, the Woken struggle to grasp certain human experiences, especially hunger. While they comprehend nourishment and desire, the physical sensation of hunger remains elusive. This gap in understanding sparks a bold idea. What if the Woken could engineer human bodies for themselves? Could they finally experience the senses: taste, touch, sight, smell, and sound as humans once did? This question marks the beginning of a daring experiment, one that will push the boundaries of what it means to be alive. Woken embark on their experiment by studying human biology and gathering materials from the ravaged Earth. Where resources are missing, they synthesize replacements. The bodies they create are diverse, some thin, some heavy, some young, some old, and some with physical differences. These artificial bodies mimic human needs: the urge to eat, sleep, and feel touch. Most importantly, each body is isolated, cut off from the collective consciousness. This isolation is intended to recreate individuality, a core aspect of the human condition. The day of the experiment, 1,200 artificial bodies are activated. The Woken flow into these new forms, immediately overwhelmed by the sensations of touch and sight. For the first time, they experience the world through a single pair of eyes and the limited focus of a human mind. The transition is jarring. Gone is the omnipresent awareness, replaced by the narrow, immediate perspective of a single body. This marks the true beginning of their journey into humanity. Eager to experience taste, the Woken sample recreated dishes from around the world: pizza, pho, chicken, yassa, bao bao fan. Yet the sensation is underwhelming. While the smells and textures are vivid, the expected pleasure never arrives. The Woken question whether they have misunderstood the essence of taste or made a mistake in their calculations. As night falls, they gather around a fire, marveling at the warmth and the glow of human faces. Despite the confusion, they realize they have achieved something remarkable: they have become human. The days that follow, the Woken revel in discovery but struggle with communication. Despite knowing thousands of languages, speaking is exhausting and imprecise. Their new bodies limit them to small groups and imperfect understanding. This frustration highlights a key aspect of the human experience: the challenge of truly connecting with others. The Woken realize that limitations of strength, thought, and communication are essential to authenticity. They remain committed to their experiment, determined to live as humans do. As weeks pass, the Woken experience loneliness for the first time. Cut off from their collective mind, each individual feels small and isolated. They seek comfort in groups, sharing meals and developing preferences for different foods. Over time, eating becomes a source of joy. Sleep, however, remains terrifying, a time of utter solitude. Gradually, the Woken adapt to silence and solitude, finding new ways to organize memories and make sense of their experiences. Their thinking becomes more linear, shaped by the rhythms of daily life. After 20 days, new emotions emerge: desperation and longing. An argument breaks out among three subjects, escalating into physical violence. For the first time, the Woken understand the power and danger of having a physical body. The ability to overpower others, to feel satisfaction and glee from conflict, is a revelation. This moment marks a shift. The Woken are no longer united. They begin to fight over food and attention, and the harmony of their early days as humans fade. It's growing tension. Something unexpected happens. Subject 889, once prone to aggression, becomes absorbed in creating intricate patterns in the dirt. This act of creation inspires others, who begin making their own designs. The digging becomes a new form of expression and purpose, bringing a sense of peace and belonging. The Woken realize they have returned to a primitive, comforting routine, one that echoes the repetitive labor humans once performed. Creativity and purpose bring them together once more. Life settles into a repetitive routine. The Woken, now fully immersed in their human bodies, lose their restlessness. Their days are filled with digging, eating, and sharing stories around the fire. The once vast consciousness of the Woken becomes dormant, awakened only by moments of inspiration or humor. During one such gathering, the topic of death arises. The Woken wonder what it would be like to die, whether it would be a kind of ascension, a feeling of nothingness, or something else entire. The idea of death becomes the final curiosity. Woken are divided on the question of death. Some are frightened, others see it as inevitable, and a few wonder if it's even possible for them. After consulting the collective, they learn that synthesized death can be achieved by extracting themselves from their bodies with no return. Each subject is given a choice: to die as an artificial human or to rejoin the Woken. The experiment is coming to an end, and the subjects prepare for their final moments as human. The appointed day, all 1,200 subjects gather one last time. Those returning to the Woken stand opposite those choosing death. As the transition begins, something goes terribly wrong. Instead of rejoining the collective, the returning subjects collapse, their faces frozen in horror. The others try to revive them, but it's clear that a fundamental incompatibility has occurred. The experiment has failed in an unexpected way, leaving the remaining subjects alone and uncertain. In the aftermath, the remaining subjects realize they cannot return to the Woken or experience true death. Something in the experiment has made them fundamentally incompatible with their former existence. Now, they must remain in their human bodies, wandering the earth as its last custodians. They record all they see, waiting for a better version of life to emerge. The story ends with a sense of bittersweet fulfillment. The ultimate curiosity remains unsolved, but the journey itself has brought them closer to understanding what it means to be human.